This is OutRun 2 for the original Xbox, released in 2004. One of the many sequels to Sega's arcade racing classic, OutRun. And a worthy sequel at that. And in addition to beautiful level design, visuals, and gameplay, one of the things that I really enjoy about this game is the variety of cars. Because OutRun, to me at least, has always been just the Ferrari Testarossa from the original. Or at least the space thing in OutRun 2097, which was also pretty cool. But in this game you get a variety of different Ferraris, many of which need to be unlocked. And even though it's just one car manufacturer, it adds a lot to OutRun. Because unlike other driving games or racing simulators where you're collecting hundreds of cars and racing in different competitions, OutRun is OutRun. But before I get into that, let me just say that this is an original Xbox game backwards compatible with Xbox 360 that does have many known issues when played on the 360. Most noticeably frame rate and slowdown problems, which will cause the game to lock up and freeze and make you crash. There's also an issue where some of the background audio and sound effects will get stuck in one of the speakers and drive you crazy until you restart the game. But as far as I know, those issues are not present when played on an actual Xbox. The really big one with the giant X on top. So if you only have a 360, you may want to think twice about getting this just because it is frustrating to lose a race because of a known backwards compatibility issue. But on the other hand, OutRun 2 is also absurdly cheap and easy to find. So maybe it's something you can put up with because the game is awesome.
Get ready.
It has the spirit of the original OutRun, that sense that you're really driving somewhere and having fun doing it. Ah, ow! Even though that's not a real car, it hurts watching the paint get scratched off a Ferrari like that. OutRun is a beautiful arcade game where you're scoring points as it's giving you the sense that you're driving around the world in an exotic car that you couldn't possibly afford in real life. And while track memorization, or at least course memorization, is key to victory in OutRun, it doesn't feel like the kind of game where you're just obsessed with memorizing every corner. You're really just driving as fast as possible in a very relaxed and forgiving arcade style. Each of the vehicles in OutRun do have slightly different handling and performance characteristics, and additionally, the routes that you take through the game provide different challenges depending on where you go. I find the background visuals and the environments extremely catchy and well designed. I think the game is beautiful and really visually impressive for its generation. One could say that I enjoy OutRun 2 so much that I'd like to take some of the sound effects with me into the game over screen. That does get annoying quickly. That sound goes away when you restart the game. Let's take a look at the missions, which provide new challenges and a new way to play OutRun. Rather than just focusing on the arcade racing game, the missions give you objectives. Whether it's just a simple time trial, drifting for hearts, or racing on a certain part of the road, the missions will test your driving skills within OutRun. Personally, I think they get old quickly, but they do provide more substance and give the game additional replay value. If you're really into the game and want to challenge yourself because they're not easy, then you'll probably enjoy the 101 different missions in OutRun 2. And you'll need to play them if you want to unlock everything in the game. But FYI, you can also find the codes online. The only other thing that bothers me about OutRun 2 is its focus on drifting. Under heavy braking, the cars will almost automatically go into a drift mode, which I find very irritating. But I tried to fight it as much as possible and would slow down gradually ahead of turns. But there are times when you will need to jam on the brakes and drift around corners. I love the visuals here. Check out the background. Even with some issues that mar gameplay when played on the 360, they're almost forgivable because OutRun 2 is so awesome. to really experience the game, I will recommend playing on an actual Xbox or finding an arcade machine. It's a game that you can play anytime, anywhere. It's OutRun 2, a worthy addition to the OutRun family of games.